You know how to go and get a bag, don't you? You know how to make a bitch mad.
I'm getting right into it. You're gonna need a wig cap liner. You're gonna need a crochet hook. None of these you need a specific brand. These are just the brands I like to use. And then you're gonna need some hair. I use the Jamaican Bounce brand by Sensationnel. Always, this is my go-to holy grail. I use 1B black and this color, it's brown, just to wear a little bit of highlights. And let's get started. I like to pick the wig caps with a hole in the top just because every time I use one that don't have a hole, my caps be too tight. And I don't know, my head's not that big, at least I think it's not that big. But yeah, so I have to pick a hole with the cap with a hole in the top just so we can have that free space. So yeah, so and I picked that one because it came with a crochet needle for some reason, so I was like, okay, it's done. So yeah, let's get started with the hair. I like to separate it in twos. I usually just only separate in twos. I'm showing you guys the back right here because I don't start all the way at the bottom. I start a few inches up, so I like to measure it out. I like to have a definite spot in the back. That's the back of my wig, so I can style appropriately. And yeah, I like to take my wigs off with the style still on it. So there's that. I feel like this part right here is a little redundant. You could watch so many videos on how to actually crochet. But as you know, put the needle under, put the hair on the needle, close the latch, pull the hair through. It's that simple. I did this part in regular motion just so you guys could see it, get a little refresher. Be careful with this synthetic hair. It gets tangled a lot. And I was rushing, so it was mostly my fault, but girl had to be at work, so I was just trying to hurry up and get this done so I could slap it on my head and get out the door. So yeah, it's just another show. And this is a proper representation of how I really make my wigs because I put it in my lap literally and hold the wig head, lift it up, see if it's sitting right, put it back down in my lap and turn the head accordingly. So yeah, I am gonna let you guys kind of keep watching. I just go in a circle literally around the head until I get to the top. So keep watching and I'll be back. So as you guys can see, I'm coming to about the end of that first little circle that I had going on. After this, I literally go through the whole pack of the black hair, and then I start with the brown hair. So yes, I not just go into one full circle with the brown hair, and then I start the black hair all over again. It's just that I wanted a few highlights, but doing it this way kind of really helped the look that I was going for with the touches of brown, but not so much. So yeah, just go in a complete circle like I said. I'm fluffing it out to see where I kind of am. And she's coming out kind of cute, you know. This part I wanted to slow down just so you guys could see what exactly I do with that flap, because obviously we can't just leave it open. So I tuck it really tight and then I fold it over. And at that point, you want to crochet through the hair, the folded over cap, and the net, so you can make sure you got all of it together, and we can make sure it's as tight as possible. And yeah, you want to do this around the time you're getting too close to folding over the hair and it won't be any space. I hope that just made sense. So yeah, I slowed this down so you guys could kind of see what I was doing. Was one side, and now we're moving on to the other side. You're going to do the exact same thing. And there you go. So now that we have covered that part, we can go ahead and keep crocheting around in the circle like normal. So as you guys can see, we are coming really close to the end. I'm going back and forth between the black and the brown now as I see fit. Really, this is all your discretion. You can use whatever color you want, obviously, and you can color coordinate it however you want. I just really, at first I didn't want that much brown, but as it was coming through and the end was coming up and I was seeing how cute she was looking, I was like, the brown don't hurt too bad, okay? Okay, so yeah, right here I'm just filling in my last few pieces. I did have hair left over after this, and I just kind of went back through and put in some holes put in some hair where I saw holes. Yeah, don't be discouraged by you being able to see that wig head underneath with the holes. I swear you won't be able to see that when you have it on your head. It looks like it's real sparse right now, but once it's actually on your head, it's going to be a lot of hair after you're fluffing it out, cutting, adding layers. So you won't be able to see any of this. So yeah, I just go back through, add a few hairs where I feel like it's necessary, fluff her out. And she looking real kind of cute. I had a lot of hair left after this, and I don't usually wear a wig cap underneath. I just let my free hair just be under there so we can kind of camouflage any holes that might be seen. All right, so she is ready to put on. I like a more already lived look. I hate real uniform hair, so this big, messy kind of look is mostly what I go for. I bend the cap band underneath so we could kind of camouflage that. And right here, I'm just fluffing her out, getting my scissors, cutting any straggly strays, trying to frame her to be real cute. Like I said, y'all, I was rushing. I literally had to be at work probably in 20 minutes at this point. So I was just rushing, trying to hurry up and at least make her decent for the day. Now, don't be afraid to cut. It's curly hair. It's going to bounce back. It's going to get camouflaged. I mean, don't go scissor happy, but cut them strays off, girl. We trying to be cute. At this point, I was just looking to see if I liked how she was looking. I did, so I came back. I had to go get some bobby pins. So I do kind of a pin in the front, a pin on the side, and then a pin in the back, just to keep her secure. It's windy out here in Wisconsin, so I don't need my wig down the street while I'm getting in the car. Sorry, y'all, Law and Order was on. That's my show. I was getting into it. So yeah, she's just about done. And as you suspected, I was late to work. Bye, y'all.